Yeah, what's
What did you say, Al?
Food. Speaking of food, got these today. Look how Instagram worthy these are.
Oh, that looks so Instagram. Oh my god, they look incredible. Oh, that looks incredible.
They do look good.
I've got a vegan donut that's Bailey's Irish cream flavour.
Ooh, boy. You're living the dream.
Oh, don't even get me started on this match, man.
I will get,
that's the little thing on my screen.
That's the point of being here. That's the point of being here, Ainsley.
Oh,
to get you started on this match.
Sorry, I got distracted because there was a thing on my screen that scratched it, but it looked like I was rubbing Alex's nose.
Anyway, well, if you hadn't realised already, this is the Match Ball podcast. Every week we talk all things wrestling, past and present. Today, as you can tell from that YouTube comment, from Ainsley's comments already, because we're gonna cold open on this one. That was the perfect cold open. We're reviewing 2018 Women's Royal Rumble, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble in history.
You know they were making history.
They were making history, but I like to call the match "Comebacks and Ring Rust," the musical.
Oh man. Don't even get me started on that.
I said that's why we're here. Anyway, so we get.
I thought the subtitle for the match was "Let's dump on our future stars."
Maybe some of them, maybe a few. A few got the dump, didn't they? So yeah, let's go. First ever match. Maria Menounos is here because she's been involved in wrestling before, every now and again.
I like Maria Menounos.
I do like her.
She's
just
just
like a nice person.
She's harmless, and she just turns up. She does her thing. She goes away.
You can't complain. You can't complain about her. She's there. So yeah, we got Stephanie McMahon, Michael Cole, and Corey Graves in commentary. Oh, sorry, that was a burp. I'm drinking.
My food arrived.
I'm drinking rum and coke. Oh, Alex has got food. I've got drinks. This is the lively one. And yeah, I think Ainsley mentioned before we went on air that Stephanie McMahon was by far the best member of this commentary team.
It was bad. It was so bad. It was like Corey Graves was dreadful. Michael Cole was like peak Michael Cole catchphrase machine.
Yeah, Vince McMahon in his ear constantly.
Yeah, it was like, it's boss time. Like she went out, like, it's boss time. She's not here. It's boss time. She's not out yet, man. Calm down. Chill out, Michael. And then you've got Corey just on another level of terrible in this match.
I don't ever remember Corey being bad, but my God.
Well, I always remember him being quite decent. I always remember when he first came into doing commentary, I was like, oh, it's quite refreshing. You know, he was a fun wrestler to watch. Well, this is quite interesting. Good dynamic, but this was poor. I don't think I noticed it the first time I watched it, though.
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. We were just all... the first time we watched this match, we were just hyped from all the Attitude Era stuff that we were getting.
It was nostalgia day, wasn't it?
Watching it back a second time.
We were too busy marking out over the legends coming back.
Exactly. Watching this back a second time, separated from all that, without actually analysing the match. I'll just say now, it wasn't great.
It was bad, wasn't it? Because I was watching this and I thought, I'm going to get a lot of stick for this because I reckon everyone's going to like this.
Completely agree with you.
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to get around saying that I really don't enjoy it. And the worst thing was, even the people who were good in the ring, a lot of them weren't good. It was botched. It was, not a fan of this.
I'll come to it later, but every single entrant followed the same formula.
Yeah.
There was no variation. Everyone
from one, which was the worst Royal Rumble entrant in history.
No, I loved Vicky Guerrero.
I
love that. I enjoyed that. That's one thing I did enjoy in this. I knew you was going there.
I knew you knew that I was going there as well.
I actually, surprisingly, and quite enjoyed it. But yeah, right. I'm just sorting out my screen because I probably should have got this sorted out before we started, but I didn't. Alexa Bliss comes down and Charlotte comes down, the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champions, because, I don't know, they forgot to buy tickets to sit in the crowd or something.
They need to be part of history. They need to be there because history's being made, Stephen.
I just thought the stadium was sold out and they couldn't get a seat in the crowd.
No, Tommy Dreamer's house was full.
And only John Cena can sit in the crowd.
That's true, yeah.
I loved that. Sorry, just on a random side note, I really loved it when John Cena was in the crowd at that Mania.
That was great when he was sat there.
This was the Mania when he did it, wasn't it?
Was it? It would have been. It would have been. Yeah.
Just him just sat down and like having a drink with some random people was like better than some of the matches on that show.
It definitely was.
Anyway, back to the Rumble.
I'm trying to get you started on this Rumble, Ainsley.
Don't get me started on this.
I'm trying. So yeah, we got a decent start, some good wrestling between these two. You get a bit of submission wrestling, the stuff that I like. As everyone knows. Entrant number 3 comes out, and it's Sarah Logan from the Riot Squad. As Michael Cole said...
Remember Sarah Logan?
I know you remember.
I miss Sarah Logan.
She wasn't bad. She's not bad. But as Michael Cole calls her, the Kentucky Backwoods Girl.
Oh, there's a thing in a ball. Oh, my God. Oh, don't. Go on.
I thought he said she was a backwards girl.
No, backwoods. Yeah, backwoods, not backwards.
Just Michael Cole dumping on Kentucky.
Backwards over there.
When a certain entrant comes out, just give me a minute. I've got a lot to say about Michael Cole.
We'll get there.
I think you know where I'm going.
I'm gonna get through this one pretty fast, I think, but I think it's less. So Sarah does the generic entrance, take everyone out, and she does a nice little headbutt on Sasha. I quite enjoyed that. Fourth out is Mandy Rose from Absolution. She goes after Sasha. Corey does his usual. Corey does his best King impression, and then Steph tells him to calm down because he's a bit creepy. At least we had Steph there calling him out on his creepiness.
It was a bit weird. Like, when King does it, you're sort of like numb to it. But, like, with Corey, it was quite surprising.
I expect so much more.
Yeah. Was it Steph calling him out, or was it Vince in Steph's ear going to tell him to calm down?
Vince wouldn't call that.
No,
Do you remember who Vince is?
I bet Vince would be like, say it more.
Vince would be on the other end going, talk about our puppies. Talk about them.
Richard, put graphic puppies. We need Richard here.
Test him on that
Richard,
one.
puppies there, right there. Inside that there. Fifth out is... I still did pop a little bit for some of these because it's really fun to see. And fifth out was Lita. And the crowd went wild. I popped a little bit because it's Lita and she's incredible.
Lita looked mint for the short stint of time she was in the match.
Yeah, she looked good until she did that moonsault. She looked like she was legit some other crap.
Yes.
Before she took that moonsault.
I know.
She was hyping herself, which was like, I've not done this. You could tell she hadn't done it in a few years.
Yeah, I wrote here.
The crowd there.
I wrote somewhere in here that she looked like she slipped, like she was about to fall on her neck, and it was so close.
But it's as she was climbing. If you notice, as she was climbing up the turnbuckle, she just took a big breath. It was like,
yeah,
it looked like she was like really setting herself up for it. But I mean, it was good. It was well executed. I think they were just a little bit far away and maybe a little bit of a slip. Possibly. But she was great. She was great.
She didn't get the last bit of the rotation came so late. It looked like she didn't get enough rotation throughout. But luckily, it worked out pretty well for her. Sasha and Becky face off with her, and then they team up on her. Lita fights back, takes them all down. Lita lifts Mandy over the top, and then Mandy then knees Lita and starts celebrating, so Lita just pushes her off. I'm like, bye. First elimination of the match. Sixth out, and one of my biggest pops was Kairi Sane.
Right.
The crowd went wild.
I buzzed when Kairi came out.
I proper buzzed. Kairi's incredible.
Michael Cole ruined this.
Oh, yeah.
She loves boating. That explains her yacht persona.
Yeah. What's Michael?
She's a pirate. She's not a yachter.
No, she's a pirate.
She doesn't hang around in Monaco. She's a pirate. It's her whole... Yeah. She wears a pirate hat. It's her thing. What's a yacht persona, Michael Cole?
It's not even that. She's a sky pirate.
Yeah, a pirate of the sky.
It's only a loose translation into water. She doesn't even like the water. It's the people who live on the water. It's the attitude and lifestyle of those people is being translated into the air, and somehow he thinks that she's really into yachting, which is not a thing. Kairi staying on a sky yacht.
It's fine though, because if you just switch off from Michael Cole's commentary, she was doing awesome stuff. Because that elbow is amazing, and I'm pretty sure he misnamed the elbow.
He did. I can't remember what he called it, but he didn't call it the insane elbow.
No, they mentioned Macho Man Randy Savage as you'd expect them to, but also it was on Sasha, right? That elbow.
She did it on both Sasha and Becky.
Yeah, as she was like delivering it to Sasha, Sasha sort of like sat up a bit, so the impact looked really good when she came down. I don't know if it was meant to or not, but as Sasha lifted and then dropped, it looked really impactful. And great.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Fair play on that.
Thumbs up from us.
Thumbs up.
Michael Cole also mentioned that she was a Stardom champion at this point. I didn't know they were allowed to mention other promotions.
Yeah, they never bring up Stardom or like New Japan or anything.
But yeah, he mentioned
they call it Japan, don't they?
Yeah,
they
but
just say
he actually said Stardom here, and I was like, oh, Michael.
It's better than that time when they mentioned that basically AJ Styles died between 2002 and 2015.
He was away. He was away. He was
traveling on holiday for 15 years. Was he not in Japan? And
he was traveling.
No, he traveling. He died. We brought him back to life. It's fine. He left WCW and then he died. I was like, shut up, Michael.
Yeah. So seventh out is Tamina, and we all know that nobody is Mina. Watch out, kiddos. She does some super kicks and stuff in a mean way until Lita hits her with a DDT, and that was it. The generic Rumble entrance. This is where Lita did that moonsault. We've already talked about that. I'll move on from that. So Lita taunts Tamina, and Tamina runs at her, and Lita just pulls the rope down and eliminates her. And then Becky runs up behind Lita and throws her over the top rope for the elimination.
I thought it was good that Becky did the elimination for Lita.
Yeah, someone like
but
Becky.
It would have paid off more. It would have paid off more if Becky was the one that got through to like the final four.
Yeah, Becky wasn't as big at this point, was she? It was this year. It was starting this year that the crash started.
Yeah, we were getting the rise of Becky this year, weren't we?
Yeah. So they still clearly didn't trust her at this point. But I was surprised when she got eliminated. But we'll get to that. Calm down. Future spoilers, Alex. Eighth out, Dana. Dana lifts Kyrie over the top rope, and after an exchange, she pushes Kyrie off to eliminate her, and the crowd are not happy.
Dana Brooke looked mint. Dana Brooke was one of the most explosive and better looking parts of this Rumble for me. I don't know if that's a controversial spin out, but she looked absolutely great. All her moves looked flawless. She looked. I wasn't expecting it from either half because she's usually a bit. Yeah, she's fine.
She's fine.
Everything she did was like really explosive, really, really like impactful. I really enjoyed her. I thought she was good. She wasn't that long, so like her impression she made was really strong for me.
It's a shame that she didn't go on to do very much from this.
Yep.
Ninth out was Tori Wilson to more pops. The crowd loved the Attitude Era a lot. Tori Wilson looks probably in the best shape of her career. She looks like a big beefy woman.
I forgot how tall Tori Wilson is. Was everyone just taller 15 years ago? Because she looks normal then.
You see her next to people like Stacey Keibler, who was an actual giant, a real life giant.
Yeah, isn't like Stacey Keibler like 6'3" or
probably.
Something.
She's like an actual real life giant.
But like Tori Wilson looked
so many tall women from like in the legends section. It was crazy because like Tori looked huge. Kelly looked really tall when she came out.
Michelle McCool was giant.
Tall anyway.
Yeah, she's ridiculously tall. Like, they were well tall. I think it's just because generally the people that a group that when they were hiring back in the day, taller was the way to go. I guess.
Maybe.
Like, cause even when like Tori Wilson was hanging out with Jamie Noble and that back in the day. Like he's taller than he looks because he's around people who are like 7 foot tall.
Yeah, like
so like he's like still ridiculously tall. Just a normal human.
I love how when we look at wrestlers, like the tiny guys are still probably taller than all of us.
Yeah, like Rey Mysterio is still like 5'7". That's still taller than me. Like he's
not me.
Still tall. He's not tall, but he's still like not so midget. Like they like to like.
I'd have him. I've got an inch on him.
I got this big 5'10" over her. Ooh, big boy. Watch out, big boy. Yeah, so I put Tori in her big beefy state, lifts Dana over the top, and drop kicks her for the elimination. Tori put on some good muscle here, and I think fair play to her. 10th out is Sonya Deville from Absolution. Shame that Mandy's been eliminated. I'm really enjoying. I enjoy Shayna. I meant Sonya. I enjoy Sonya.
Sonya's really good.
You look really good.
I can't. No, and I think the match that she had, you weren't on any of the reviews or anything, were you, Ainsley? But the match that she had before she went away because of all the issues and stuff, the last match she had with Mandy, that was a great match.
I don't think I've ever seen Sonya perform below par. She's always
great.
Good.
She's an absolute beast. So yeah, I put here that she goes aggressive on everyone's heads. And then Tori shows some wicked ring rust when she tries to jump up and get her in a head scissors. But Sonya saves it and powers up Tori and throws her over for the elimination.
I think we can give Tori
I completely agree. It's
a bit of leeway. She didn't wrestle all that much, and then when she did, it was a good 15 years ago. And I think we can go easy on Tori.
There's a lot more experienced wrestlers in the Legends.
Oh yeah, she's the kind that are going 2 minutes in evening gown matches and stuff back around those.
I think she did well.
I'm glad she came back to this because she got to perform in a real match and properly get a good moment. I thought she did some good stuff in this match, even if it wasn't for very long. It was a great showing for her.
It was nice that they got to show that they could do more than what they did back in the day.
100%.
Yeah.
Right, so we got Liv Morgan out next. Yeah. I've not really much other than Sarah's still in this. They can do team stuff. 12th out is Molly Holly. Some really big pops.
Molly looked great. Molly was in such good condition in this match.
She was. She looked really good. Didn't she? Wasn't she in the next year's or the one after as Mighty Molly as well?
Yeah.
I love that.
Was it this year's this year's just gone 2020?
I think so. I kind of want to go back and watch the other ones.
It was this year because we got Hurricane come out in this year's as well.
Yeah,
so we had 2 superheroes.
I'm a big fan of these because the women's Rumble matches have only started a couple of years ago. I can go back and watch them all easily.
Yeah. The thing is with Molly Holly as well. Back in the day, everyone was like, "Oh, it's Molly Holly." Fair enough. Now everyone loves looking back at Molly Holly. She was so good. I think she went underappreciated for so well.
So underappreciated.
Everyone loves Molly Holly now.
The 450 thing that she hits on
Sasha. that was so good. That's what. Yeah. So first she picks up Sarah and throws her over the top. She's looking strong doing that, and then she goes up to the rope and does the 450 onto Sasha. I've wrote here that it seems like Molly has a lot less ring rust than some of the others.
Molly looks so good.
She looks really good.
I would put bets on that she's like a trainer or something now because she looked like she didn't miss a beat.
Let's see what she's doing.
I'm genuinely intrigued.
Richard, if this takes a long time without us saying much, Richard, cut this out.
We can cover Dead Space by me just going, I really like Molly.
I apologise for eating my tiny little buffet food.
Ooh, look at this tiny little food. Ooh. Is it tiny food? Are you a giant?
No, I am not Shaquille O'Neal holding a water bottle.
The food's from 2020 and Alex is from 2004.
Yeah, Molly Holly is a coach at the Academy School of Professional Wrestling in Minnesota.
Doesn't surprise me at all. She looked fantastic.
Yeah, she does. Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Well done, Molly. Big fans over her. So yeah, 13th out is my favourite, as you all know. It's Lana.
Yeah.
Lana.
Yeah, are there all? Is there a good one?
That would imply that there's a good
as you've. I don't know if people are watching this. I haven't seen the last review. I'm not a big fan of Lana's, even definitely now.
I've never really got it, to be honest.
You're cute.
The whole Lana appeal of them.
No, don't get it. I just think, meh. So
she watched the Chronicle yet and felt sorry for her.
I'm not going to watch the Chronicle, and that's why the storyline on TV should make me feel sorry for her, not the Chronicle. Anyway, we're not getting into that. Do you know the documentary things they do, like following them for a few days or whatever?
No, I don't watch WWE documentaries. They're all dreadful.
No, they're really
Have
good.
Have you done some good ones?
Oh, the last few years of documentaries are so good on the network.
Might be when they first started and they were just like, let's sit in a chair with Edge for 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
how excited he is.
So they did one on Lana and everyone's like, oh, you'll feel sorry for her if you go and watch it. But I'm like, I'm not going to watch it because I don't care about the character. That shouldn't be what makes me feel sorry for her on TV when she's getting put through tables every now and again. She should build the character on TV and make me feel sorry for her. But apparently Liam said, I'm a bully for that.
No, I'm not a fan of Lana. I've never got it myself.
It doesn't make you feel. It doesn't make you feel sorry for Lana. It makes you feel sorry for CJ Perry.
Yeah. Wow.
But I shouldn't have to feel sorry for the person who's playing the character. I should be feeling sympathy for.
The person playing the character isn't the person.
They should be irrelevant. They're an actor.
That's an actor. I don't. Yeah. I'm not watching some sad film and being like, oh, I feel really sorry for Brad Pitt.
Yeah, who's ever gone and watched like Leonardo DiCaprio's biopic and gone, you know what, he seems like a really good bloke. I reckon Jack from the Titanic's gonna get a lot more sympathy from me now next time I watch it. That shouldn't be the way it is. The film.
You're not sympathetic for Jack?
No, he was fell. Right?
There was plenty of room on that door, Rose.
He was doing it.
Plenty of room on that door.
He was doing that for attention.
Right?
He didn't get on that for attention.
Take, right? He fully did. Right? I'm not being funny. The screenwriting in the Titanic should be good enough for me to feel sympathy for Jack, rather than having to look at Leonardo DiCaprio's backstory.
Completely agree with you. 100. You're on the point there.
Should we get back on topic?
So Lana comes in.
Yeah, Molly Holler. Anyway, let's go back before Lana.
Lana comes in, and
we're on Lana now.
The Riot Squad beat her up, and I enjoyed that. But then she slapped people and she got angry. She went, ah! Oh, okay. Then Michelle McCool comes out, and then she boots everyone in the face.
She goes on a spree.
So the crowd, the crowd start chanting Undertaker like Michelle hadn't actually had a career, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't you chant for Michelle? Yeah. That'd be nice, because she's had a really good. She did a lot in that period.
Undertaker's wife,
but she did a lot in that period. That was the Divas period, and she actually was something better. Anyway, so
she was really good.
Yeah, she was great. So she gets Sonya to the top, and she jabs her and pushes her over the top to eliminate Sonya. She then powers Liv Morgan over the top rope to eliminate both members of the Riot Squad. Michelle then picks up and throws Molly Holly out. And finally, she throws my favourite Lana out for the 4th elimination in quick succession. And that was cleared house.
Michelle McCool is Kane. I don't have anyone tell me otherwise. Michelle McCool is Kane.
Undertaker
He's Kane incarnate.
Undertaker sleeping with his brother.
Yes. This probably wrote like a storyline for Kane's retirement going down the line. It's such good long-term storytelling that we didn't even see it coming. That's what it is.
Anyway, 15th out is the leader of the Riot Squad, Ruby. She goes out with Becca. Still never sold on Ruby. Ruby's never sold me.
No, same. She's alright. She's fine. She's good in the ring. I've never really cared. You need the character.
Yeah, you need people like that in the roster, don't you? People that can get beat every now and again. And then 16th out was the amazing Vicky Guerrero. I know you didn't enjoy this, but I really enjoyed this.
I was so torn on it. Like, it was annoying, and I've never liked Vicky Guerrero. I've never enjoyed it in any context. But there's a little bit of me that was like, I do like that stuff. But then the other 4 made it really funny, especially the way Michelle McCool sold it. It was really fun. But after Vicky went out, like Michelle McCool started leaning on the ropes looking proper. It was proper good the way she did that. That was great.
So yeah, she comes in and starts screaming at them, telling them to stop. She says when she speaks, they all should listen. Then they all decide
it's a visible of a gimmick infringement.
They all decide to go at Vicky. Vicky tries to crawl out the bottom of the ring. They all drag her in, and then they gently throw her out in a very nice way so she doesn't hurt herself. Then Carmella comes out. Vicky grabs the Money in the Bank briefcase off Carmella and knocks her out. And I really enjoyed this. Vicky Guerrero going over on someone.
Vicky Guerrero there getting that legit heel heat.
It was great. The crowd loved it. The crowd would pop in for this.
I think if I hadn't have been a little bit bored at this point, I would have enjoyed it a bit more. But I think I was just in a bad mood. I was like, I thought this was way better than what it was. Yeah, like, no spoilers for the end of my opinion, but at this point, I was like, I mean, I want something interesting to happen. And when that happened, I was like, I should find it funner, but I find it irritating. So I think it might have been a mood thing, maybe.
Yeah, that's fair. Then we get who's next. I scrolled and I've lost it. Natalia's next. Carmella takes her out before she gets to the ring, though, and then Carmella finally gets her turn in the ring to take everyone out. 19th out is Kelly Squared. Kelly Square came out in the 19th place in the Rumble, and she debuted when she was 19. All the 19s.
That was definitely an accident. Did they mention it on commentary?
Yeah, they said that she debuted at 19. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be Vince going, storytelling.
Long-term booking.
That's great.
We booked this entrance back in 2003.
So yeah, she survives Natalia trying to eliminate her, and Michelle and Kelly then got it, like, nice little throwback. That's cute. But then Natalia does the big heel move and throws Michelle out to eliminate her.
I thought Michelle got a bit of a rough elimination, to be honest. Didn't she like proper smack off the ring apron?
Yeah, it looked a bit rough. Yeah.
There was a few rough ones. Like I ended up wincing at a couple of them because they hit hard off the apron.
Yeah, I completely agree. Whether it's the height, maybe because they're small, a lot of them are smaller than the way they go over. I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, some of them did feel pretty brutal.
Part of the ring,
the hardest part of the ring. So that's what they say. 20th out is Naomi, so we can all feel the glow, and I'm a fan of Naomi's.
Yeah, Naomi's great.
We find
Naomi
out.
Looks sick
She looks really good. And Kelly here, who's also in the match, was Naomi's original mentor in NXT. So Naomi decides to go up and hit her in the face with a hip attack. Like, well done, Kelly. You trained me. Have a hip attack.
All those story callbacks to NXT when the Miz trained Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. You say that to a young person that's watching now that doesn't know the history of NXT.
They'll believe it. The Miz is a great wrestler. He taught Daniel Bryan everything he knows. Like, the Miz didn't know what wrestling was when Daniel Bryan was like bleeding on the indie circuit.
I know, it's so funny that we got like the Miz training Daniel Bryan, who Daniel Bryan was far superior wrestler. And not the Miz is bad. I love Miz.
We
Miz.
love
but
like, just for the qualifying.
Like actual, yeah, but we're talking about wrestling, like pure. Yeah, it's Daniel Bryan. Like, one of the best.
It was like 2009 Miz as well, so like 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like locker room heat is.
So here, at this point, Ruby Riott powers Becky over the top rope and eliminates her.
This is where I kicked off with this match. I did not agree with Ruby Riott putting Becky over that top rope.
Yeah, but Becky wasn't as special back then. She was to us, but not to the business.
I really like
rewatching it now, knowing what Becky is. I was like, "Don't damn it! Like she's more precious than this. You don't get to do that."
Here you go. You can call this video Ainsley shoots on WWE, right? I think Becky Lynch was better then than she is now. That's a fresh shot. I don't like Becky. I don't think she's engaging as a character.
I mean, I prefer her when she was on TV than when she's off TV having a baby as well.
No, I mean, you know what I mean.
No, I prefer
the character she used to have.
Can we just like stick a troll face like over your face?
I know what you mean. I loved the man character for so long, but they massively overdid it. They
really stayed on. They just ruined it.
They massively overdid it. It never changed. It got stale.
They should have let it run its course and had Shayna beat her at Mania.
100%. That is what ruined it.
She was really good as like a badass for like 9 months, and it was cool, and I enjoyed it. But then it got rubbish, didn't it? They were just like, "Oh yeah, this is over. Let's do it to death."
Yeah,
like the way they always do.
Did the ultimate heel move and put a baby in her?
I thought she was a really, really good white meat babyface.
100%.
I liked her like that. I think she was great.
Yeah, 100%.
She's gonna come back as a white heat babyface, though.
I mean like just an authentic one that hadn't had to have like a heel turn or anything like that. Everyone authentically liked Becky Lynch. She was
they genuinely liked her. Yeah, 100%.
No one was bored of Becky Lynch. No one ever got annoyed by Becky Lynch. We were always all behind her all the time, and that was fine. Like she was always over.
Her rise started from a heel turn.
Yeah, I know, but that's the point. Like before that, she was already over though. She already had the title.
Oh yeah, she was already over, but it was meant to be. She was meant to be the heel, and Charlotte was meant to be the face, and then all of a sudden the crowd was like, "No, not having that."
But what I'm talking about is before that, she didn't need that to get over. Is what I'm saying. that attempt at heel turn was what made her over. It's this like ridiculous degree where they got a character and then ruined it. But before that, she was already naturally over, and I really enjoyed that.
But also, 21st out was Jacqueline.
Oh, we love Jackie. Yeah, Jackie's great.
So yeah, we get the great little trivia that we always get, that she beat Chavo Guerrero for the Cruiserweight Championship. And yeah, it all kicks off. Yeah, Jacqueline just starts destroying everyone.
She was the toughest woman he's ever met.
I believe it. She's absolutely badass.
It scares me.
So I'm terrified. I'm terrified of the woman. Jacqueline and Natalya try to eliminate Kelly Squared, but they can't. And then Nia Jax comes out. Yeah, woo, Nia Jax. Okay. She quickly throws out Jacqueline, and I was upset about that. Kelly then gets on her back, so Nia just turns around, and Kelly falls out of the ring, and she gets eliminated. Nia powers Riot out. She lifts her up and throws her stomach first on the top turnbuckle, and then pushes her out to eliminate her as well. And she's getting the Michelle McCool runner. Naomi tries to fight Jax, but Jax punches her out, and she lands on everyone. But she lands on the barricade, so she's not eliminated.
She gets a Kofi spot.
She gets the Kofi spot. 23rd out is the NXT Women's Champion, Ember Moon, who is...
Can we go back to calling it the John Morrison spot like it used to be?
The old-fashioned one, yeah.
It's the John Morrison spot. Kofi took the John Morrison spot.
He did.
And then Naomi took the Kofi spot. It was always the John Morrison spot. I don't like how he gets overlooked for that. His were always the better ones.
That's fair.
Okay, sorry. John Morrison spot.
God, Alex, you absolute millennial.
Going back up to speed, I marked out for Ember Moon coming out.
Love this.
But that's only because I'm buzzing so much of her being back on TV now.
Yeah, her in War Games. So good. You watched War Games yet, Ainsley?
I have not, no.
Has he watched what?
For such a WCW mark, you watch so little.
War Games wasn't like a massive focal point of WCW TV when I was watching it.
It was big.
It gets oversold a bit as how important, just because of how like grandiose it was.
Yeah,
it was always oversold a little bit for how important.
Yeah, it's their Hell in a Cell, innit? It's their, like, yeah. Okay, so Ember comes out, and I had marked. I enjoyed this. Her with one arm, so she's trying to fight with one arm. She's trying to get the better of Nia, but she can't get it. Meanwhile, Naomi walks around the barricade. She gets Maria's chair and crawls to the steps with her legs on the chair to save herself.
Right. The whole Maria trying to take a selfie with Naomi. What the hell was that?
It's for the gram, innit? You gotta do it for the gram. Do it for the gram, Alex. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, like you and your donuts.
Exactly. Oh, you're such a donut. You're such a donut.
You can tell, yeah, but no, you can tell that it wasn't planned because everybody just shot at this really weird look as to be like, "What are you doing?"
Nah, I reckon that was planned.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon that was planned.
It was convincing for me to think that it wasn't.
Some good acting, wasn't it? I don't know. That's the kind of thing that they'll have practiced throughout the day. Maybe there's a 24 on this Royal Rumble. I'm going to go back and I'll watch it. I'll get back to you. Richard, I'll tell you what it is and you can put it up here. So she climbs to the top rope, dives on Nia, but Nia catches her and dumps her out for elimination. Nia getting all the eliminations here. But out next is Beth Phoenix, the only woman that can take out Nia, apparently. But she doesn't. Spoilers. The only woman here that has competed in a Royal Rumble match as well. The crowd start chanting, "This is awesome." I felt like that was a bit unearned.
I feel like Ainsley's trying to struggle to remember when Beth Phoenix was in a Royal Rumble match.
No, I remember Beth Phoenix in the Royal Rumble match. I'm just trying to figure out why the other 20-odd people before hadn't been mentioned as they've been in a Royal Rumble match at that point as well.
Because this was the first ever.
But they were already in it.
Yeah.
Like, Becky Lynch had already been in a Royal Rumble match at this point. I'm like, no, they were all there anyway. They've all been in one. It's happening.
Before this night.
I was also trying to figure out who the third outside of the women's Royal Rumble, so the third woman who I remember being in Royal Rumble. It was Nia Jax, wasn't it? When she had the Rosa.
Yeah. When she took out R-Truth to take his spot.
Yeah, and obviously the first being China, which was
obviously.
Yeah, I don't think there was another one.
No, it was only 3.
Was it 3? I think it was only 3.
I would bet my house on that there was only 3.
Oh no, we're on Karma. I knew there was another.
Oh yeah, there was. Well, it's a good job I didn't bet my house.
Yep. Steve, I bet you your house that there was another one.
Too late now. So the crowd chant, "This is awesome." I felt it was a bit unearned. Beth tries to lift Nia, but she can't. She tries again, but she can't because she's not strong enough. Beth definitely had a better showing in future Royal Rumbles than this. Natalya comes in to help a friend. They double team Nia. They hit her out of the middle rope, but then Natalya turns on Beth and eliminates her. 25th out is the legend that is the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, the best woman wrestler in history. I'm going to say that. I'm going to stick to it. No arguments. I like it.
I can't think of a good one.
I mean, there's great wrestlers. There's Charlotte, there's Sasha, there's Io, there's so many. But Asuka, it's Asuka.
I don't know. I'm gonna go out there on a solid. I'm gonna shoot that Maurice is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. You argue that point with me while the Miz is in the room. We'll see who wins.
Nate, Miz teamed with Asuka. I'm pretty sure Miz would agree with me.
To be fair, the greatest women's wrestler of all time, and I will not fight anyone over it, is coming up later. So we'll have my moment.
Your favourite? I'm saying.
I don't care. I'm not arguing.
What I mean by the best is, I mean literally the best in-ring performer.
Yeah, no, you are right, but
I am right. But
I can't not back her. I can't not.
Anyway, the crowd are happy to see Asuka because Asuka's amazing. She takes everyone out with the usual spot. Then she faces off with Ember. Everyone gets really excited because they had an amazing rivalry in NXT. Where Ember hits the Eclipse on Asuka, but then Ember jumps over the top rope herself without much guidance, and then Asuka just eliminates her. All right, okay. 26 out is Mickie James, and people are fighting and stuff. There's not much really going on at this point, to be fair. 27th out is Nikki Bella, who does what everyone else has done and takes everyone out until Carmella kicks her. But Nikki manages to eliminate Carmella. We're getting her out the rope and kind of doing like a stunner type thing, neck breaker.
At what point in history has Nikki Bella started being considered one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time? She gets this like status above every other person in the world.
I think she's great compared to the people she was around. I think
she gets like legend status. She gets like Lita status.
Nah, not for me.
She was one of the Bella twins.
Yeah, I think that's only come from the whole. She's the longest reigning Divas champion.
Yeah, it probably was, but like,
right.
Everyone puts this glaze over it, and it's like.
For me, she was probably the top of the game in that Divas era.
Oh, she was fantastic. She's a great wrestler.
She improved when she got to face people like Charlotte and Sasha and stuff. She got better.
Yeah.
But I don't think she comes to that level. Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, Asuka, Io, Kyrie, there's Shayna. I can go on and on. I don't think she comes to near that level.
The match where Nikki Bella lost the title to Charlotte that first time, Nikki carried that match. I don't know where it was. It was on a pay-per-view somewhere. Everyone go back. Everyone watching, right? All three of you. Go back and watch that match. Watch it, right? Nikki carried that match, and she needs credit for that.
I know to yourself as well.
I know, yeah. He was like, I thought, are you talking to yourself?
Me, Liam, and my mum, right?
Oh, amazing.
Good. It was a great match. But yeah, she gets this, like, it's sort of like a history rewrite of legend status, isn't it, that Nikki gets? So, no one cared about her up until she basically was a part-timer then.
No, I think she deserves massive credit for what she did in her time.
She gets credit, but she gets like, I think she gets a bit oversold.
But 28th out is the far worse wrestler, Brie Bella.
Inferior.
Far inferior.
What you're looking for.
Much.
You mean the person who had that much ring rust, she legitimately knocked out Liv Morgan?
Yeah, not in this match, but. So yeah, this was completely telegraphed because all the faces and heels in the match all decided, oh, let's go and beat up on Nikki Bella all together. And then, I wonder who's coming out next. Oh, it's Brie to save her.
Yeah, they're the brothers of destruction of the women's division.
So she knees everybody. I was scared for everyone's faces at this point. Nikki and Brie stop Nia from getting in the ring. 29th out is the old-fashioned Bailey, and she does all of her signature moves. It's cool.
The old-fashioned Bailey, is that something? Is that a reference I don't get?
The new Bailey's different. It's a different character. The new Bailey.
Oh, right. I said the old-fashioned Bailey. Before
she cut her hair like a Karen.
Yeah, I forgot that she had a persona change.
Before she became one of the best wrestlers in the world.
She is fantastic.
Yeah, but she was great. She was great.
She was good back then.
No, she was great.
She was probably at her best when she was in NXT. If I'm being.
Oh yeah, her and Sasha in NXT, it's like legit 5-star matches.
Yeah,
but pure argument's sake, who wasn't at the best when they were in NXT?
I reckon there's a video in that.
Who wasn't at the best when they're in NXT? Yeah, let's save this for another video.
Who do you think's doing better now on the main roster?
Let's save that for another video because that'd be an interesting conversation.
I reckon we've got a lot to say on that.
Yeah,
I reckon there's a lot of good answers there because there is a few. There's a few that did better on the a lot of people dump on
the main roster
when they get brought up. But KO for a start, I reckon was one. He was great in NXT, but I think he's done a lot of great stuff.
All right, well let's save it then.
Yeah, I'd go to I'd go to people like the Shield guys and stuff, but we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
29th, yeah, Bailey, I've already said that. No, this is where I put there are no variations to the entrances in this Rumble. Final entrant is the legendary and Ainsley's favourite wrestler, Trish Stratus.
My favourite wrestler of all time.
She fights everyone, though Trish does get to beat up more people than everyone else. She keeps going at it. Then we get a really cool face-off between Trish and Mickey, and I really pop for this.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good.
This is the best part of this Rumble. The Mickey Trish.
It was great. There was a little bit of me as well that when when they were squaring off and Trish was doing like 7 times.
Yeah.
There was a little bit when the hand with 2 fingers was slowly moving. I was like, is that a reference that she's not allowed to do when she's trying to get away?
She's trying to sneakily put 2 fingers up. Yeah.
Also, do you remember when we watched this live and like as soon as the laugh happened on that track, I just
you were so
the roof blew off Richard's house.
Just Richard, I think he had. Yeah, no worries.
Give me 1 second. I just need to get some fresh headphones. Those have just died.
Oh yeah, we'll carry on.
No worries, mate.
We'll carry on just talking about.
Yeah,
Trish
I can talk about Trish for ages. Don't worry about that.
Richard, if you want to cut out this bit, Richard, feel free to. But we're just going to talk about Trish right now. So yeah, I think that was the day Richard's mates were there, and they just kind of looked at you, didn't they?
Was that the day Richard Mates was there?
I don't know. He had some random people there one
time. Wasn't that when we went round to the?
Oh, that might have been Mania. But yeah.
No, it was a Rumble. It was the Rumble where we went round to Richard's coffee shop. So upstairs.
Was that not this one?
This one I think was when Ollie came round to Richard's house and he got to sit in the new boy chair.
Yeah, I think that might have been it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was fantastic. I pops like mad when Trish is one of my favorites. She always will be. I absolutely love Trish. I can't have a bad word said against her.
We can do a video on Trish one day. I think that'd be a really good idea because
don't get me started on a video on Trish.
Well, if we're doing a video, I want to get you started.
Yeah, no, do you want a 5-hour video on how mint Trish Stratus is? I mean, honestly, she's so good.
Yeah, no, she's an incredible performer, and for what she did, what she struggled through, and all the rubbish she had to go through to get to where she got.
From the moment she started, I don't genuinely, and this is a hot take, one of the greatest underdog stories in wrestling history.
I go for that.
Where she started and what she got given when she first started, and the ability level she had to go to where she is, like. She's unbelievable. Absolutely 100%. Unreal.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to wholeheartedly agree.
It's Trish Stratus.
Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So we'll get back to it. Mickey manages to get to the top rope, but Trish hits her for the elimination, kicks her out. Nia then flattens Trish, and everyone's really angry with that. So everyone goes and starts attacking Nia. Everyone was like, what?
Can we also start with graphic with like me and Trish? Richard, can we do that? Me and Trish on like a little buddy trip somewhere.
Best friends. Oh, you just want to go be friends with and talk about wrestling.
I want to be friends with Trish Stratus. I don't even care.
So Nia does the spot that I hate, where she powers up her energy and stands up, and everyone flies away like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Oh yeah, the Big Show and Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman and everyone else, where for some reason their arms have to come up.
And they don't even hit half the people. You can clearly see it, and they all go flying away. It's their energy.
It does give you a whole new perspective on Triple H's entrance, though.
Does
he think he's surrounded? I mean, this is that in his head, like these wrestlers flying everywhere from developmental.
Yeah. Anyway, Asuka and Trish both kick Nia, and everyone works together to eliminate Nia. And thanks for that. Sasha, in the mess and the destruction, Sasha eliminates Bayley, her friend. That was nasty. Natalya gets Trish in a sharpshooter to do some damage, but Trish rolls through to get out. She manages to get Natalya over the top rope and kicks her in the head for the elimination. We get a Trish and Sasha face-off, which I'm a fan of. It's a shame we didn't get a full match. But we did get a Trish and Charlotte match, which was really good. Trish does Sasha's taunt to her, which, wrestlers doing other wrestlers' taunts to them. Massive fan of that.
Yeah. It when it works, it works.
And that was a situation where it works.
100%. This was the right situation. And then Asuka come in later and did it to Sasha as well. Like, Asuka because Asuka is such a troll. Trish goes for the strats action, but Sasha pushes her over the top rope for the elimination. And this is where Sasha turns around and Asuka does Sasha's taunt to her. Then the crowd chant, Asuka's going to kill you, because that's what Asuka used to do back in the day. They decide to both go for the Bellas, but Sasha takes out Asuka. Everyone teams up on Asuka. Sasha gets too comfortable with the Bellas, though, and she starts directing them. They looked at each other, and then, Sasha's doing a turnbuckle knee thing. They just throw her out. So the final three are Asuka, Nikki, and Brie. So here, Asuka gets the better of them both, but he starts kicking them all. Brie gets taken over the top rope, but stays on the apron. Nikki is going to go for Asuka, but then decides to punch Brie in the head to eliminate her. And then for a while, Asuka and Nikki go at it. Asuka uses her legs to drag Nikki over the apron. They're both stood on the apron now and fight until Asuka manages to kick Nikki's legs out from under her and eliminate her to win the first ever Women's Royal Rumble.
Can I just start by saying this was the most BS final three, apart from Asuka?
It's the double team thing to put over Asuka even more, even though Nikki eliminated Brie.
Yeah, but no one thought Nikki was going to win the Rumble. They could have just put Sasha in that spot, and it would have been like, oh, genuinely, who's going to win this? This is actually interesting. Whereas when it got down to like Asuka and Nikki, I was like, Nikki's not winning the Royal Rumble.
No, it would have been. I completely agree. It would have been better with Sasha.
This was a year when Shinsuke won the men's as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I had a great year. I was right into New Japan and stuff around this time, like a couple of years before this, and just Japanese wrestling in general. And then when I saw this, I was absolutely buzzing.
Well, didn't we watch Wrestle Kingdom before this Rumble as well? And it was
we did.
Where Kenny and Okada had that 7-star match.
It might have been that year, yeah. But yeah, we were watching a lot of Wrestle Kingdom back then. Back when we had time, when we didn't have full-time jobs, and we
all lived close to each other and stuff.
Yeah. we didn't have to choose just one.
Ruined our lives.
We didn't have to just choose one promotion. So Asuka celebrates in the ring. Charlotte and Alexa come in. They're like, "Ooh, who's she gonna choose?" And then we get the music. Ronda comes down. Oh, it's Ronda's here finally. This is when she does it. She does a point.
She does a lot of pointing.
In the world's biggest leather jacket.
Yeah, and that's it. That's how it ends.
What a way to make Asuka's Royal Rumble win mean absolutely nothing, though.
She pointed more than Damian Priest poses.
It was like a Kelly entrance, wasn't
it? So, Richard, throw it up. We need a graphic. Rumble by the numbers. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to ask you to. There's usually a lot more. Remember when we had 6 like not long ago? Now it's just down to the 3 of us. Who in this Royal Rumble got the most eliminations? Ainsley.
Michelle.
Alex.
Michelle.
Michelle McCool did with 5 eliminations. Nia Jax came close, but
4.
Mm-hmm. God, you've been doing your research. You know what questions coming up. I'm gonna have to change them up in future. Longest survivor, Ainsley.
Sasha.
Alex.
Yeah, Sasha.
Yeah, she got it with 54 minutes and 46 seconds. That's a pretty impressive run. Shortest survivor. I'll start with Alex this time.
Vicky Guerrero.
Ainsley.
Oh, because she was in there for ages, like talking, wasn't she? Can I have a second to think about this?
Richard, put some fun little music. I'm going
to go on a controversial one and say, actually, I reckon, because, I don't know. Vicky, because I can't think of it.
It was Vicky in
57
seconds.
Yeah.
General thoughts on this Rumble. I enjoyed it a lot more the first time I watched it. As I said, it was a bunch of cheap pops, lot of fun returns, but it didn't make for a great match. We had the same generic Royal Rumble entrance for every single person except for Vicky. There were fun moments in it. I wouldn't say it's a bad Rumble. I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 5 or something. It's just that I've gave the other ones more so far, I think. I can't remember what I gave the last one, to be honest with you. I did say the last Rumble wasn't very good. I don't know if I think it's better than the last Rumble. I know Ainsley doesn't, because the last Rumble's his favourite Rumble of all time.
It is my favourite.
But
and I want one day I will sit here for an hour, camera to camera, and explain why 1996 was the greatest year in wrestling history.
It's a great year. I always pick the 2001 pay-per-views, but I know in my heart that the 2001 is not the best year in wrestling. I just love the Rumble match in that year. I love the Survivor Series, and I love the WrestleMania.
The pay-per-views were good in that year, to be fair.
It's just everything else was a bit rubbish.
It was a bit bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy it. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Go on. Who wants to give their thoughts?
Yeah, it's not aged well, considering it was only 2 years ago. But like, we've had better women's Rumbles the last 2 years, and looking back on this one, there was a severe lack of depth in the women's division to pull that many legends into it, because I think they've relaxed it a bit in the last 2 years. I know they keep going to the well with like Trish and Lita.
They definitely did that for the point of look at the history, though. That was why they did that.
Yeah, but even then, like, I don't think there was many more current women wrestling that they could have pulled from.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, it's fair. It's
like,
a fair point.
NXT's women's division was a bit weakened after Sasha and Bayley left and Asuka left.
Actually, yeah, you're probably right.
Because Kyrie didn't appear on NXT at this point. She'd only just won the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, we didn't have Shayna and stuff yet, did we? Really?
Shayna was in NXT, but she was only new, sort of thing, weren't she? So she wasn't getting pushed to a Rumble straight away. But yeah, it was just it was cheap pops just for the whole making history, yay! But that got thrown down our throats a bit too much as well. Like, say it a couple of times, yeah, I don't mind, or I get that it is making history, but don't keep saying it every 10 seconds. Like, they're making history. They're making history. They're making history. Because at one point, Corey asked Steph who the standout person was in the Rumble at that point when he was saying it, and she completely ignored the question just to go, well, they're really making history though, aren't they? All right. We'll never get an answer to that question.
Go on, Ainsley. This is what you're here for.
I feel like you don't want to get me started on this Rumble. No, I feel like that when they were backstage before this Rumble happened, Vince had like a number of agents in front of him. He went, "We've got to book 2 Rumbles this year, guys. Right, I want Patterson, I want Malenko, I want Briscoe, I want all these people. Like, you sort out the men's Rumble, right? Who we got for the women's Rumble? Who can book? Does anyone want to book?" It's like my first booking team in the corner going, "We'll do it." I was like, all right, yeah, go on then. I was like, so
Adam Blampier is in the corner.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
So what we're going to do is like, well, I mean, we can't tell a story. So we'll just have them come in and go out all the time. Like, no, you can do stories. And it's like, no, I don't remember there being any reference to any feuds that were happening at the time anyway. I don't remember like any type of major storytelling arcs going through this Rumble. It was like, yeah, the pops were great. It was great seeing Molly and my favorite wrestler of all time, Trish, and like Tori Wilson and all that. It was great to see them all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not having a go at that. That was fantastic, but it was just. It felt like every entrance for something that was like, we're making history, and they were making history, to be fair to them. But at the same time, it was like, that was the story of the entire thing. It was like, what's important about tonight's Rumble? It's the first one, and Ronda. What happens in the middle? It don't really matter. Put them out. It's fine. It can go on a poster. Like, I feel like they didn't really try with the booking in it, and it was a bit dull, and there was a few bits where it's just a bit boring for the most part, and like the end could have been better if it would have been Asuka and Sasha to give it a little bit more unpredictability, because no one bought Nikki Bella winning the Rumble. As soon as it went down to the final, I feel like, well, Asuka's got this then.
Yeah, I know what you mean completely.
Not a massive fan. I feel like it was better the first time because of like the nostalgia kick and stuff. Once you know who's coming, it's like there's not much to care about now because the nostalgia pops aren't there as much because you know who's there, who's going to turn up. But the anticipation isn't there for like when Jacqueline does or something like that. So yeah, not great.
Let's move on then. Let's rank that Rumble. Our current ranking standard, we have number 1 was 2008 with the John Cena win, and number 2 is 1997 with the Stone Cold win. Raise your hand if you think this was better than the 1997 match. That's just me. So the 2018 women's match. Goes
Liam
in third place.
Is going to be so angry.
You could feel the hatred brewing in him.
You should have turned up, Liam. You could have been on my side.
Well,
and I think is our final segment. What would Meltzer do?
are we not doing VIP?
Oh yes, MVP match MVP. Yeah, let's do match MVP first.
Do we not have the theme tune?
I'm coming. Stop me! No.
Fire control.
I'm coming.
I'm coming.
I don't know you two.
Go on, Ainsley. You go first.
It's Sasha, isn't it? I mean, can I say Trish just because it's Trish and she's the best wrestler of all time? I enjoyed the bits with Trish in it more than I enjoyed any other bit. So what classifies as the rules for the MVP of the match?
It's hard to put this one. I'm struggling. My issue is
Sasha wasn't even doing much for most of it. To think
that's my issue.
She was in it the longest.
That's my issue.
Half the time she was outside.
Yeah, that is 100% my issue.
Trish, I'm going Trish. I don't care. Fight me in the comments. I will fight anyone in the comments. Trish is the MVP of this match. Trish is the MVP of wrestling.
I don't know if I should go Michelle McCool for that run that she went on.
It was good. She went in it for long when she was in it. It was fun.
No, she was still in it for like nearly 10 minutes though, and she got the most eliminations.
And that pose on when she eliminated Vicky Guerrero was pure banter.
I'm going Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool's my MVP in this match.
I'm going Trisha.
Alex?
I feel like I should go with one of yours to make it.
No, don't.
Don't. I'm going to go for Asuka.
It's a good shout.
It's a good shout. It's a great shout.
He definitely overlooked that.
The winner, the one who won the match. Right, so now...
Not even because she won it, just because it's Asuka.
Yeah. She was really good,
yeah.
Good. Now you all get to finally see what happens to the trophy when we get draw. So, Asuka, Michelle McCool, Trish Stratus, I'm going to take this trophy. I'm going to cut it into 3 parts. I'm going to mail you all your own.
I thought you were going to shine it up real nice.
I'm going to shine it up real nice. Turn that sideways and stick it.
I'm shoving up your candy ass.
Yeah, no, I'm going to...
Richard, don't edit that in. Don't do that.
And our final segment now then. What would Meltzer do? For previous history, the Royal Rumble that Ainsley loves, Meltzer gave a 3-star. For the 2008 Rumble, Meltzer gave 4.25 star.
I'm not even giving it a year now. It's going the one that Ainsley loves. Right?
97 got 3-star. 2008 got 4.25 star. What did the 2018 women's match get?
So is this a guess at what Meltzer said?
Yeah, go on, Alex. You go first.
Right. Does anybody in this match have a close relation to Cody Rhodes?
No, but there was 2 Japanese.
Yeah, we had Japanese wrestlers.
Right. So Japanese wrestlers bump it up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't in the Tokyo Dome.
No.
And it wasn't at Wrestle Kingdom.
No.
It was a Royal Rumble match.
That bumps it down.
But it made history.
Yeah, but Jacqueline, who was in it, once had a match with Sable, who once had a match with Marlena, who was married to Goldust, who's the brother of Cody Rhodes, who is mates with Kenny Omega. So I reckon he probably bumped it up by a star and a half.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
So based on that math, I'm going to give it 3.75 stars.
Oh, that's some Steiner maths there. Some Steiner maths. Ainsley, what would you give it?
I reckon for the close connection to Kenny Omega, I'm going for 3.5 stars. Even though I personally think it was worse than the 97, so it should be in the 2-star category. I think 3 was hard for 97 anyway. I'm going to go with 3.5. I reckon they put it out.
Ainsley's the closest. He gave it 3.25 star.
Oh, wow.
And for reference, the men's Royal Rumble match in 2018, which we could have watched, but we decided to go for history, that got 4.25 star. 4.25, the same as 2008. So 2000.
It was like they put all the good road agents in.
It was good. It was a good match.
Adam Cole was in.
Yeah, it was really good.
Adam Cole was in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio turned up and still didn't get a pop. That guy couldn't buy a pop after that 2015 about.
Yeah,
the guy just couldn't buy one.
Bless that guy.
He's great. Much love to Rey Mysterio.
Anyway, thank you all for watching if you got this far. If you did, give us a like and a subscribe. Leave me a comment. What Royal Rumble is your favourite? Don't tell me what WrestleMania. We'll get there. We'll get there one day.
I mean, you can do that as well. Make sure it's the relevant bits in it as well. You can tell us what your favourite Wrestle Kingdom is if you want in the comments.
Do it.
Do it in a separate comment.
What's your favourite Cody Rhodes match?
Why is it 3 stars?
What's your favourite kind of fish?
Just comment something, please. We're desperate.
And,
why is Monopoly better than Scrabble? Who can know? But let us know in the comments.
Oh, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.